Hey everybody, welcome back to Talking Mons, our Digimon almost said adventure. Digimon Ghost Game recap podcast. Still after all this time, I'm still making that flub. Anyway, my name is JD, and of course I'm joined by Jeanette and Gary.
Hello.
What are they really but all the adventures of Digimon?
I mean, facts. And this week we're going to be tackling episode 31, Killer Blade, and episode 32, Who Are You? I'm going to say the first episode did not go the way I was kind of hoping it would, and the second one is just unsettling. for reasons you wouldn't expect.
It's the scariest one to date.
Right. So we'll go ahead and start with episode 31, Killer Blade. So this one revolves around basically a cursed katana that keeps getting passed from Digimon to Digimon, who basically makes them want to cut people with the sword. And basically, if you die, if you get hit with the sword, your soul becomes absorbed into the sword. But if you take the sword, then you are now cursed with the sword.
And whoever had the sword get absorbed into the sword.
Right. So it's a soul-stealing sword. They've stolen Digimon as well as humans through the many passings of this sword. And it eventually gets into the hands of Angoramon of all people, and so he basically has to spend the whole episode like trying to avoid Ruli and the other tamers, so he isn't compelled to attack them with the sword. And then go ahead, Zary.
Oh, he had to avoid everyone in general.
Yeah, even though the sword is constantly yelling at him to go cut people. It all leads up to a kind of a cool. Kind of samurai fight at the very end, which has so basically the main two Digimon, other than like the ones we're already used to. Musiamon is the one that is the original owner of the cursed sword and is the one that is reborn at the end of this episode to take back his sword. And then fucking Ryutamon, who is this gold sword knife looking dude. Comes in, transforms into a sword, and is like, Angoramon, use me to fight the demon samurai man. It really comes out of nowhere.
It's their sex machina.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them, and we saw like a glimpse of him during one of their later fight scene, and that's it.
Yep.
It felt really. It felt like it was cool because Angoramon got to have his moment of doing the samurai sword thing, but it felt really.
Yeah.
I actually liked the episode up to that point, and then it was like, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
Well, so I think it works thematically that they have a sword fight at the end, but yeah, it's weird that Ryutamon, we see him like at a glance in the shadows like earlier in the episode, and then he just shows up at the end like, hey, I'm gonna transform into the sword, you can use me to fight. And I'm like, okay, we've never met this person before, and he kind of just pieces out right at the end. So yeah. The reason I thought this episode went in a different way than I thought it would be is I thought this would have been a good time for Angoramon to go ultimate, because I thought maybe he'd go ultimate to fight Musiamon at the end. But nope, he just gets a sword and then they have a samurai battle and everything's all good.
That's what I thought too.
I thought that was going to happen too.
Yeah. We did get remind me, I watched this episode like 2 weeks ago. Is this the one that ends where the Black Godamon comes back at the end?
Oh, with the letter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that was beautiful. That was the best part.
It further just punches you down. We keep expecting to get like some information about like what the digital world is like Hiro's dad is over there. So last time we saw Black Godamon, Hiro had given him a letter to give to his dad, and then it comes back and gives a response letter. And his dad basically wrote back, I don't know, you figure it out. And Hiro's like, yeah, that sounds like him.
Shit, son, I don't know. You good luck.
It's such a disappointing answer, but it's like still funny at the same time.
I definitely get the impression that they know what the viewers want to see, and they're just like trolling us at this point. Like they knew we wanted an ultimate from Angoramon this episode, and they faked that. I feel like they did a fake out on that one, and then they faked out with Hiro's dad, and it's just like they're just taunting us now.
Right.
And it's not just like any letter, it's written on a leaf. It's in an envelope, like a paper envelope, so he has access to paper but he wrote on a leaf.
Well, I don't know. But yeah, so we see Black Godamon and he takes Musiamon back to the digital world. I'm waiting for the one day where Black Godamon comes back to get someone and then like the heroes just like run through the portal at the end because like fuck it, we need to see what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, screw it.
It's gonna happen.
Maybe. Hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, I thought this episode was really cool because just like watching Angoramon struggle with like fighting the sword and see him get like really disheveled, just like trying to keep himself from attacking people that he cares about. So that part was really awesome, and I really enjoyed that. But yeah, it kind of ends on a fart.
It was. I'm glad I did the episode. I thought it was a really nice journey. It was just that end. It was like a wet fart.
Yeah.
Ending.
Yeah. But
it reminds me of one of the MacGuffin in Do Da Da Da.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it has a sword that will urge whoever who wields it to cut people.
Huh.
And whoever got cut will grab any other blade weapon to try to cut other people. So it's kind of like an infectious disease. And
so
now,
sorry, go ahead, Gary.
No. So I'm wondering if this is based off of any specific mythology. Like, I'm pretty sure there are some sort of demon sword legend in Japan. I just don't exactly know the exact story.
Yeah, that was kind of that was now that you say that, yeah, it would make sense that maybe this is like tied into like some Japanese myth that obviously we as Americans aren't knowledgeable of. So if that's the case, then that kind of adds an extra layer onto it, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, could have just like done with a better ending to the episode, but what are you gonna do?
The one thing I liked about the episode is it really did a good job of, I think, highlighting and showing character growth, the relationship between Rory and Ignoramon, where he's struggling with not telling her things to protect her, and she's like, "Just tell me so I can help you," and I like that.
Yeah, I think they really make a good pair. So
yeah,
I mean, I think that of all the tamers this season, I think everyone's got like a really good but different relationship with their Digimon partners. So I think, and I think that having only 3 of them gives you a lot more time to like really spend time with them and watch them develop. So I think the show at least has been doing a really good job of that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, one thing about him not telling Ruli, at least in this situation, I understand because that is a proximity thing. It's not like a secret that he have to hide.
Yeah, he could have like called her or something like, "Hey, I'm under the curse of this sword. I can't come near you, or else I'll try to murder you."
Do the Digimon have some sort of communication, long distance communication with the humans?
I don't know actually. Go find a payphone or something.
We're living in a world of 7G cellular service.
Hey,
There's no payphone.
According to Phoebe Bridges, there's still a payphone in Kyoto, so there you go.
Jeremy Snow here, owner and editor-in-chief of The Geekly Grind. I'm interrupting your awesome, regularly scheduled programming to ensure that you know about our Geekly Grind podcast network, of which this show is a treasured member of. If you haven't had a chance to check out our site, you can do so at www.thegeeklygrind.com, and while you're there, check out the other members of our steadily growing podcast family, including the anime-centric Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, discovering new heroes and comic book keepers with Chris and Lance, exploring the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or of course appreciating animation's finer details with the Ink and Paint Club. Escape your weekly grind at The Geekly Grind.
Alrighty, so that will lead us into episode 32, titled "Who Are You?" And this episode is weird.
Yeah.
It basically it's the body snatchers with weird catmen.
Weird catmen with little belly buttons hanging out.
So, God, man, I've known of what Betsumon is for a long time. It's basically this weirdo dude dressed up in a Godamon cosplay outfit with a dick bulge. It's very gross and weird. But I guess that means it like has the power to transform itself into really any other Digimon, except it keeps its face like it's wearing like a suit or something. So yeah, this episode they just start like this horde of Betsumon just start going around and like impersonating like Digimon. So like the first we see of it is like one of them impersonating Gamamon and basically convincing Gamamon that he's crazy. Somehow tricks Hiro into think that the imposter is actually the real one. And then they just kind of start like taking over the lives of like regular people, like Hiro's classmates and all that. And that's
Jellymon and Kyo.
Yeah, they just kind of start taking over the lives of everybody. Just for that's just what they do. Yeah, so this one was really weird, and like they never really showed like why people believe that they're the real ones when like we the audience can just see it's still their face. It's not like they're a perfect copy or anything. So
one thing I do like about this episode with this imperfect copy is that we don't see their face until halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just kind of assume, oh, it's a perfect copy. Until
we're seeing Gamamon's imposter through the whole episode, but they're always shown from the back until like you said, Gary, about halfway through, where they actually show it with the Betsumon face, and it's like kind of gross.
Oh, and then there's when they take off their suits. That's just upsetting.
I find it really funny how when they're plotting to take over the dorm, it's just like all of them like throwing the costume onto like a clothesline. It's like, here, these are the ones that were prepared.
Right.
Add another tally to the Kyo gets screwed over count.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
That poor kid. He's just like the fucking punching bag of this show.
He deserves it though, don't get me wrong.
I just want him to get a break every now and then. I mean, he kind of did when he finally like nutted up during Jellymon's Ultimate Evolution. He tried, but still in this one, he gets replaced and gets tied up for pretty much the remainder of the episode. So
I do like, if it's okay to mention, that they replaced Jellymon too, and Jellymon never appears to notice or anything. Like, she's just gone the entire episode.
Yeah, until she found Kyo all tied up at the very end.
Yes, that was amazing.
And that almost kind of ties back into the previous episode, because in the last episode, Ruli is like talking to Hiro about Hiro and Kyo about like, I haven't seen Angoramon for a few days and he hasn't called. I hope everything's okay. And Kyo's just like, I don't know, man. Jellymon's gone for days at a time to tell me shit.
He needs his space.
And then she just shows up at the end of this like she's been gone for a couple days. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? But yes, Betsumon is unsettling, and it's actually kind of sad through this whole episode is Gamamon is desperately trying to plead with Hiro that he's like the real one, and Hiro's just like, no, you're just Gamamon's friend. That's the real one over there. And it's just like Gamamon just so desperately trying to convince Hiro that he's real, and like how sad he gets. It's very kind of sad.
Poor baby.
It made me tear up, and this show is not supposed to make me tear up.
It's just like this little kid like trying to plead with someone, and they're just not believing them. So it's just you watch him cry and be sad, and like I don't want to see this little dinosaur man be sad. He's a little man.
I will say Gamamon is a likable enough of a character that it was actually really fun to have the episode from his point of view rather than switching viewpoints or one of the heroes' point of view. Yeah,
and it's even kind of funny how they even got Gamamon away from Hiro in the first place. Is that like I think it's implied that a Betsumon impersonated someone else to become friends with Gamamon and said like, oh hey, well, let's meet at the park and have fun or whatever. And then Gamamon keeps going back to that park to like meet this person, and they keep flaking on him, so he keeps going back. But when he gets back, the Betsumon that replaced him is already there, like already convincing Hiro that he's real and stuff. So
it's a slow progression because it happened a few times where Gamamon went to the park, but the imposter came back. But as the real Gamamon came back, the imposter left.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like instantaneous. So Betsumon's ability needs time to grow on someone.
Yeah, and it like even adds to like making Gamamon think he's crazy, because like he'll leave like, okay, I'm gonna go do this thing, And then like immediately after he leaves, the double comes and like, hey, I'm back. And Hero's just like, you just left. And he's like, I didn't feel like going anymore. And then he leaves again, and Angoramon comes back and is like, you just left. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I've been gone for like an hour.
And same with being babysat by Kyo. Like the real Gamamon was being babysat, and then Hero and his classmate both saw the imposter outside hanging around.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, he's been here the whole time.
It's like, Hero, isn't that your hologram friend?
Right. And I love that the Digimon, I might have said this before, but I love that the Digimon can just be out in the open and people are just like, oh yeah, it's a hologram, whatever.
Also, there's the main Kunmon who is having it's gone downhill for him.
I forgot about Kumon. Yeah, the fucking cat from the Digimon Tri movie shows up. This one's a dude, by the way. Has a very masculine voice.
Did he actually disappear, or did he just left? Because it's kind of implied that if you get replaced for too long, you just disappeared.
Right, yeah, your life just gets completely taken over. Yeah, I don't know if Meikumon actually got dusted or if he survived the whole thing. I don't remember if they said definitively or not. But yeah, it's kind of a scary notion, and to think it's because of these weird looking cat men.
They're cosplayers.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Clockmon comes at the end like, I'll take care of them. It's fine.
I cannot wait. I'm sure they'll appear again, and I cannot wait what Clockmon does to them. I just can't wait.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah.
I get to see Clockmon turning him into like his own private army.
I will say
he's got like 30 of them.
Yeah, and Clockmon's like a bro now. Like I really like his character development.
Yeah, because like for the first like 2 times we've seen him, he was like angry and like wanted to kill Hero, and now he's just like hanging out on rooftops. And Gamamon just shows up and he's like, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" So they're just buds now, which is nice. Seeing all like the enemies become friends. So I think that's really really good of the series to do.
Yeah. One other funny thing that happened off like away from the show is that the Digimon trading card Facebook page posted a card of Betsumon.
Oh yeah, because
I was like, what is this? Why does it look like that?
Yeah, there's I think in the latest set they released a Betsumon card, and it's just like him sitting at a table playing the card game, looking like a total shitbag. Yeah, it's kind of gross.
He totally cheated.
And he's a yellow card, and I run a yellow deck, and I don't think he has the kind of properties I need for a yellow deck. We can kind of thank God for that, because I don't want that thing anywhere near me.
I want his card now, just because of that shit face.
I probably have a couple of them, because it's pretty common.
I like the idea that he's a common, just, as the troll Digimon. Like, fuck you got another Betsumon.
That's kind of what I've been like. I'm like, God damn it, another one of these fuckers. God.
You can you can remake this episode with the card game.
Oh,
just all of them. That's all you play.
I just use all the Digimon that appear in Ghost Game.
Only Betsumon, the entire deck.
Oh God.
You should, by the way, when you do the thumbnail, put Betsumon on it. Everyone needs to see what he looks like.
Oh yes,
God.
definitely.
I'll see if I can find a good picture of him.
There is no good picture. It's just all bad, and it's
God.
okay.
All right. Anything else you guys want to mention?
New ending song.
Oh yeah.
I'm not liking this one visually speaking. Just feels kind of boring compared to the previous one.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. It's not very exciting.
Yeah. It's called Monster Disco. It needs a little hype.
Yeah.
Get them dancing.
Hey, there's dancing Digimon in it.
I mean, the ending themes have all been like still images that they just pan over. But I don't know. This one just seems like extra kind of lazy. I don't know why. I'm not like huge fan of it. And even the song I'm not like kind of really into.
Like at least give them like funny outfit.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, give them weird disco outfits or something.
Could you imagine Gamamon's disco outfit?
That would be adorable.
That'd be fun. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this week. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. We'll be back again next time with the next couple of episodes of Ghost Game. But until then, just let us know on our socials or in the comment section what you thought about these episodes. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.